Now, shall we begin?
Okay, I'm here. Wanted to go over some things that I saw in a YouTube creator's page. This is him here. This is a good video, by the way, so I'm not here to dispel that. Just some of the things he said weren't correct. This is Jake Sloan. He did everything you need to know about the DJI Avata 2, which is why I'm doing this video. If you want everything you need to know, then everything you need to know needs to be correct. And I think one of his things is totally, well, two of his things is totally incorrect. He says it doesn't have a touchpad. It just, they remove all the functions, but you double tap and that's what is capable of turning these on. When you do that, it'll turn it on and on. That means it's touch. Maybe that's quibbling because that's, as far as I know, that's the only thing it does is turn those on. But it does make it quick to do if you're in the field and someone's standing in front of you, or you need to look in your little gadget bag for something and then you can see. It's more of a gimmick than anything else. I think I've used it maybe 3 or 4 times, but it is easy to turn on, easy to turn off. That's one thing. The other thing is that it won't take photos. It will take photos, and I will test that later on in this video. But right now, I want to go on to the other thing. Now, this thing, he was right, but there's a workaround. Okay, for my Avata 1 and my FPV drone, I have this 3D printed, clips on, and boom. I also have an adapter cable that will allow me to plug in to my LiPo batteries from my other devices. And that, of course, this is long enough to reach down to my pocket, or I can put it on the side just like this, a battery, if I want it attached to my head. So I have options. And what I was thinking was, I hadn't done it, but because of his video, I'm like, well, why wouldn't I be able to do it? Do the same thing to this, because it's a clip. Boom. And then just run a C to C cable from here to here, and then run it as though it's charging and being used. And I tried it. And lo and behold, it turns out that this won't stay on. This battery will not stay on, I guess, unless it feels a power draw. Because for the life of me, could not get it to turn on. But then I put it back onto this and it did turn on. So that workaround isn't going to work. But here's another workaround. Now I'm using this charging hub is proof of concept because I don't have a power bank. But if you have a power bank, which some of them are this small, some of them are a little longer, some of them are flat like a cell phone, they come in all shapes and sizes. If you have a power bank, well, let me use this as a matter of fact. Say this is my power bank. It isn't, but say it is. This is a battery strap. And again, yes, this is attached to the side of your head, and yes, that is a pain, and yes, you got to live with life with what you got, and that's what you got to go with. I've never had this battery go dead in flying, nor have I had that battery go dead in flying. But if it did, here is a workaround. Boom. Strap right there. Boom. Whatever power cable, it'll most likely be C to C. Now you have this for power to supplement this. And all you need is a power bank, which a lot of you have. And if you don't, you can go to Walmart and get one. And a battery strap or any Velcro strap. We'll strap it right to the side. You can still wear the goggles. It's weight on your head, but this is just a workaround. Now, proof of concept. I don't know if you know this, but this whole charging hub is a power bank. Now, if you press the button once, press it once and then hold it. There you go. See how it turned green? Now it's outputting. Of course, I can use that to charge this battery. As you see, I haven't even done anything. And it's already starting to charge it. Now, if I were to turn this on, it's coming on. It's on. Now, here's how you know it's working. When you look into the goggles, which I don't think I can get my screen to do, but when you look into the goggles, and I'm just waiting even if I can't show it, if you have it connected correctly, it will show on the right bottom corner a set of goggles and a power percentage. Now that's what it normally shows. If you have this connected correctly, which I had it, trust me. Solid green. Plugged it in. Now, if you were to look in the goggles now, and I'll try to get them close to see if it can capture it, but I doubt it can, you will see the icon of the goggles and a battery sitting right next to it, which is telling you that it is receiving power. So right now, these goggles are receiving power from this power bank, which means if you have a problem of this going dead, or you're out in the field for some reason and this goes dead, if you have a power bank, maybe this size, if it clips, then it's clipped. You don't have to do anything. You're done at this point. I always back mine up with a strap just in case. And if you do that with a strap, if you can figure out how to use Velcro for the very first time, because obviously it's my very first time using Velcro because it did not work. Okay, this will just ensure that it does not slip off with a head move. If this was a usable power bank and not a DJI battery, the power would come out into the headset. In your display, you will see, and I really don't, I think maybe, let's see if you can see it, bottom right, and you have an icon of headsets and a battery sitting next to it, because it is receiving power from the power bank. Don't get twisted with this. I don't have a power bank. Never really needed one. But if I did, I would buy one that could fit onto the strap, maybe no bigger than this, and it would last about as long as this. If I was so predisposed to want to do it, I could, of course, get a power bank that fits in my pocket or my shirt pocket, and well, I don't have a shirt pocket, but in my shirt pocket or my pocket, and then just run a long C to C cable to here. Either way, it's just another option if this goes dead and you still need to shoot. So in that, his warning about that is valid. It's just that there are workarounds, and I think that you guys should at least have the option of that workaround. Now, I implore, you think I'd remember his name. I just said it, right? Right? I would implore Jake Sloan to try some of this out because he has a much bigger audience. I mean, woo, look at those subscribers. And he gets a look at those views. He can get this out there. There are workarounds. There are ways to come at things. And most of this is a very good video. Everything you need to know about the DJI Avata 2. There are thousands of videos on this. This one was pretty good. I urge you to watch it. I just have against no touchpad. It's still got a touchpad. Quibbling. Okay, I got that. You have a workaround for the battery that is totally workable and not as much of a conglomerate cluster as you see on my desk. It's quite simple. Power bank and you're done. I definitely recommend you get one of these two. And I will be showing you as best I can that you can take pictures with the drone. And let me go over it real quick and I'll show you the results. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Don't want this video to be too long. It's already too long. If you press and hold, give me a sec. With the controller, if you press and hold this button, you're going to hear it beep twice. Beep, beep. In your goggles, you're going to see a picture of a camera icon, bottom right, camera icon, and the arrow. The arrow means the drone. If that wasn't there, you would see a movie camera, and you'd see an icon. You'd see an icon of goggles and an arrow. That means on the goggles it's set for video. On the drone, it's set for video. Arrow means the drone. And if you press and hold this, it'll go beep, beep. The goggles one will disappear. And the only one that will be left is a camera icon and an arrow. That means the drone is now set to take pictures. Every time you press this, you'll see the busy circle and it'll stop. Busy circle and it'll stop. It means that the drone took a picture. To see that picture, you cannot do it with the goggles in the gallery mode. You have to go to the drone. And to switch it back out of picture mode, beep, beep, then you'll get the two icons again, one for the goggles, one for the drone. And I guess that's as long as you have the goggles set up to record also is when you get that. Otherwise, they'll probably go away. But that's how you do that. What I'm going to be testing when I go outside is can you do it in flight? Because I did it with the drone sitting. The props are not spinning. It's just sitting there. And I was able to switch modes. Now, I don't know if you can switch modes in flight. I will be checking that. And then I will bring back the photos that I take outside. Here's the thing. This is why, Jake, I urge you, because I am not a photographer. I don't know qualities, ISO. Well, I know them, but I'm not a professional. So I implore you, go back over your video, take some pictures. Tell us whether it's good, bad. Tell us the settings. These are things we need to know. It does take pictures. So with your expertise, tell us whether the pictures are worth a damn or how to make them worth a damn. That's what I challenge you to do. And yes, quibbling, I'm quibbling, but it does work. Okay. And the battery workaround, if you're a professional and you're doing a lot of shooting, now I've done professional light shoots where I go to RC events and I film all day, usually done with my FPV drone, and I've never run this out and I've shot all day. Now, if I ever do a shoot like that with these and this goes out, it's nice to know. Well, at that time, I'll probably buy a battery bank. But Jake, you shoot probably a whole lot more than I do. This workaround should work just fine for you. And I keep patting on this, but I do not mean the hub. I mean a battery bank, which would probably be not much bigger than this, attached to your goggles. You don't have to use it until you need it. But if you're the type to run out, then it sounds like you might need it. You turn it on and it works. And also now you want to talk anyway. And you can 3D print these mounts. This mount is 3D printed. You can 3D print something like this for any battery holder you buy. It's not that difficult. All right, I'm going to end this here. If there are pictures on the end, then that means I didn't want to show you the whole process.
I'm here to finish my test of how to take pictures with this thing. I'm already here. It's hot as balls. Should have waited till later, but I'll probably be too lazy to do this by then. Just checking here to see if I have satellites. Not yet. Maybe because I'm holding it upside down. Still no satellites, waiting on satellites. And as I was saying before, if I want to see, now my PNP is working and I can actually see the ground. And I guess this is one of the reasons why they have it. It may be a gimmick, but it's a gimmick I can use. And I can now see my camera. And now I don't. So that's the reasons you would have that, or at least possible reasons. Still have got 11 satellites. It should go green here momentarily. 12. I guess it's because I'm in El Paso. It's saying, you know what? I know where I am. I just don't want to be here. So, okay, there we go. 18. Now, when I press and hold this button here, you hear that sound? Now, in my goggles, I have a camera with the arrow, which tells me it's taking pictures. So let's take a picture of it on the ground. It took the picture. Okay, I'm gonna try and take off and see if I can switch modes. Right now I'm just taking pictures of my car. Another picture, and I gotta get out of, hey, when you're ready to leave, just let me know. I don't want you to run me over. Okay. And another picture. Now let me see if I can switch modes. I'm gonna hold it. Yes, it switches modes. So now it's recording. And then come to a stop. I stop the recording, press and hold, it's back to taking pictures. And it gives you the counter. Right now it's saying I can take 19,969 pictures, 68, 67. But like I said, it's gonna take somebody with more photography skills to tell me whether the pictures are worth a damn, as far as its abilities. I know it's adjustable in the ISO and all of that. I don't typically take pictures with an FPV drone. Not really made for it. It can do it. A lot of the skills overlap. So I've taken several pictures. Now I want to switch it over. It's switched back over. And now I told it to record. Now when I switch it back over, of course, it acknowledges that the goggles are also recording, which, to the best of my knowledge, they are not doing any other way. So just wanted to get that out there. Once again, I implore the creator to let me know whether it's worth a damn, but to correct his information, those three features at least do work. Let me see how I look as far as seeing the drone PNP. And I can see the drone PNP. Of course, I would not use this to fly with because it is a pretty shitty view. But as you can see how close it is to me, I can actually see it right in front of me. And right now I'm telling it to land. Now I did that PNP. It's kind of scary because depth perception sucks that way.
Okay, I did the filming. It came out like I thought, more or less. Not the best video in the world, but then again, I don't really do this as a living. I do this as a hobby. I'd like to know what you guys think. Jade, I'll post a tag to your video. I don't even know if you still care about this issue or not, but if you do, let me know whether the pictures are worth us to worry about, whether there are settings that should be changed. I think everybody would like to know that. And the best I can say, there are thousands of videos on the Avata 2 drone, and they tell a good enough story. I don't need to go into that because there are people who are better than me at it. He's one of them who's pretty good at it. But I will say this. If you're a pro, you should know that you're buying something that is not going to be your end all be all. If you are a beginner, you need to know that you are buying something that not only will encompass your newbiness, but it will take you beyond. I have taught 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, and up how to fly this drone and everything but manual because I'm not rich. And it definitely is a gateway stepping stone. My son taught himself because he doesn't live anywhere near me, and he's been flying since the Avata 2 has come out. He's already managed to crash it much more than once. He's much more adventurous than I am because he's independently wealthy. And two of his videos are, I've even made videos of them myself for him and put them up, and you can judge for yourself his relative skill. But when you consider he's never flown anything except for the Mavic Mini, which isn't really flying, it's just directing, go over there, go over there. And he's only really been flying a drone since the Avata has been out, so that length of time. And I think he's pretty good. I told him he flies like he knows what he's doing. He just flies like he's drunk and he knows what he's doing. So it's like he's got it, but he's drifting, and you can judge for yourself off of the videos I posted of his flight experience. And he's much more daring than me. This is a perfect drone for a beginner. Absolutely, hands down, no equivocation. There are other drones made for beginners that are perfect in the beginner realm, but they never make it out of the beginner realm. There are drones that are great for the intermediate pilot, but they typically don't make it out of the intermediate. This drone is good beginner all the way up to advanced. Even once you become a great drone pilot, you will still fly this one. It's kind of like your favorite workhorse of a car. You have a car for when you want to go out and make a point. You have a car for when you want to tear up shit and you don't care if it gets hit. And then you have that car that you drive every day. This is that car that you will drive every day. For what I enjoy doing, the Avata, which is close in, I love to do chase. I love to chase cars, boats, planes, automobiles, you name it. Roll a ball across the ground, I probably want to chase it. I think in my past life, I was a golden retriever. My FPV drone is definitely a chaser. Plus 85 miles an hour. I've had it up over 100. My Avata was bought so I can do chases of off-road vehicles, kids on bicycles, which I've done that once before, but I did it with my FPV drone and I just don't feel comfortable with the props. So I got it for close-in work. And when I say work, I mean fun, because I am not a 107 pilot. And for me to be a 107 pilot, I need to do a lot more work as far as people need to tell me that's what they want. Right now, I'm doing it, hey, you mind if I chase you? And then I chase you and I put out a video. You've seen my stuff. Or maybe you haven't. So to Jake, I'm not even sure if I'm saying your name right. Again, sorry. Link is in the description. He can judge. He's a 107. And 107s are a different type human being. And if you're watching this and you're a 107 and your name ain't Jake, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a pro. I speak for people pro, below. And for below pro, The Avata is an absolute. If you have the money and you're willing to be delicate and don't crash it, no, you can't rebuild it. No, you can't repair it. You can't fix your own car. Who the hell are you lying to? And I am a licensed mechanic. For those of us who want to start out from beginner all the way up to pro, this is a perfect drone. I love the FPV drone, but it will probably not see the light of a version 2. Perfect drone. Above 85, 80 miles an hour, FPV all the way. 60 and up, get it. Avata, 60 and down, get it. Teach it to your 6-year-old. I got a 6-year-old granddaughter who can fly unassisted. My son has started training his 6-year-old daughter. She's not doing half bad. These are people with short attention spans and also don't know the meaning of a dollar. So if these juveniles can do it, anyone can do it. And they don't need sim time. Sim doesn't hurt. But if you ain't got sim, who cares? You don't need it. I can train anybody in one battery and go from how you say, from 0 to 60 in one battery, which is 15 minutes. The motion controller is great for somebody who isn't going to go any further into the hobby than touching that controller right now today. Fun, novice, gimmick, love it. Got 2 of them. One for the Avata 1, one for the Avata 2. Love the one for the Avata 2 better. Technology moves forward, not backwards. It, by definition, should be better. So it's better. If you're going to get into the hobby and actually want to fly other things, I teach the regular controller. My 6-year-old granddaughter uses the regular controller. My son is teaching his daughter to use the motion controller and the regular controller, which I think that's going to confuse a little girl, but you know, that's his kid, that's his drone. He ain't doing it with mine. My granddaughter has no problem with the regular controller. She also flies a regular drone that won't do acro, but she flies a regular drone about hand size. There's a video up of it, so don't call me a liar. She's also flown on the simulator for fun. She's flown on the simulator that inserts vehicles so she can chase around, and I did not show her the tricks of following and doing chase of high-speed vehicles. She got on it and she flew past one, and she said, "Where is it?" And I said, "It's behind you." This girl did a split S, flipped it around and came back around, and I'm just looking like she must have been a pilot in her other life because she took to it. So the Avata, it all helped. It all helped. Simulators helped. Her little drone helped. You can't go wrong with the Avata. You can enhance the Avata, but you can't go wrong. I'm going to cut this short. It's way too damn long. Tell me what you think, Jay. If you're another 107, you tell me what you think. Somebody tell me what they think. Thanks for watching.